Hello everyone, this is me Rishabh and welcome to my YouTube channel and to my podcast. And here we have Mr. Sushant and he is a software engineer and as well as he is a coach. So let us have an interaction with him. Hello Mr. Sushant, how are you doing?
Hi Rishabh, it's a pleasure to be on your show, and it's wonderful to be a part of this journey, interacting with you and learning from you. And the topic which we are going to be discussing today, I love that topic, relationships. So a lot of people face all the problems, and there are a lot of myths and all the tips which we will be discussing today. So a little bit about myself. So I am a software engineer working with Infosys for the past 2.5 years now. I'm based in Mohali, Punjab, India.
Hmm.
And during this journey, even during my college days, I started learning all these mindset, styling, and the relationship. You can say started getting knowledge around these subjects and started applying them to myself. I was a very introvert person before and started changing myself as a person and now helping other people do the same and transform their lives.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so today's our topic, like we all gonna talk about the relationship because the person who are watching my YouTube channel, they are here for self improvement. So I think all have to face the relationship. Okay, some don't have to face, but I think most of the people has to face, and they face a lot of problem. Okay, so we gonna talk on some of the things. Okay, what that comes in the relationship. Okay, so I'm starting with the first question. So the first question is all about the healthy relationship. Okay, because lot of person are in a relationship right now, or might be they are not in relationship but they want to come in relationship. So what are the sign of a healthy relationship that you can say that the relationship will go further, or what are a good sign for the good relationship?
Right. So first of all, wonderful question, Rishabh. This is a very interesting question. A lot of questions around the same subject. How can one be in a healthy relationship? How can they contribute as a healthy person in a relationship? How can they identify if the relationship is healthy and start changing themselves or the other person, telling the other person what they can improve? So yeah, according to me, there are three aspects of a healthy relationship. The first one is that you must trust the other person. You must have the faith in the other person. Not everyone is here to steal your money or cheat on you. A lot of people feel that the other person might be a gold digger or they are with someone else behind my back, but that is not the case. You must learn to accept what the other person is, and that is the first aspect. The second is you must be loyal yourself and show care to the other person. Just small gestures matter. Appreciate the other person, make them feel special because they deserve to be. Just once in a while you can say buy a bouquet of flowers for them, or you can say take them to a party or something like that. Just small things. And also learn to give them personal space and personal time. Okay, if they are not willing to tell you something, respect their decision. They should not do that in the first place. But if they are restricting themselves, they want to present that in a better situation. So accept that thing and also give them the personal space, give them freedom. Like if they want to go out with their friends and enjoy, let them do that. You're not their parents, you are their partner. Okay.
Freedom. Mhm.
Yeah. And the last thing is you can say resolve the conflicts as soon as possible.
Mhm.
You don't want to be in a situation that you're lingering on and piling up the things, all the grudges and the grievances, and then you are blasting out. Okay,
Uh,
this and all the tips which I mentioned, these are applicable in personal relationships as well as professional relationships. So
uh,
if even if you are working in a company or you have your own business, you must trust the people around you. You must
mm,
motivate them, give understand their aspirations, take them together, build a healthy relationship, empathize with them, give take care of them, give them increments or small incentives. And you
mm,
can say there also you don't want to hold any grudges, because if you do, then the downfall of the, you can say, business or the company starts there and then, because the people won't be motivated and they might do a big harm to your business in the long run.
Fine, fine. So, like you emphasized a lot of point. Okay, so those who want to have a healthy relationship, so they can follow these all following tips. Okay, which Mr. Sushant have mentioned. Okay, so Mr. Sushant, so my second, like the question, just I want to ask you, because I am a student. Okay, most of the person might be watching, might be a student. So in everybody's life, there is a phase of girlfriend, boyfriend, because now it is a modern generation. Now even a class 5 student or class 10th, or they're in 12th or in college, universities, so all have the girlfriend, might be having boyfriend, or might be in a relationship. So is that good? Like having in a relationship is a good, because if you ask suggestion from parents, so parents will say don't come in relationship, don't have girlfriend, don't have boyfriend. But if you ask to some of the like modern generation people, so they said yeah, it is nowadays it is a cool thing. So what do you think, that having girlfriend or having boyfriend or being into a relationship is good or bad? What do you want to say in this topic?
Right. So great question, brother, because a lot of, like you mentioned earlier, a lot of students, especially teenagers and other people also, senior folks also, they have this myth, and like you mentioned, that parents restrict them. But we must understand, why do parents restrict in the first place? That comes the bigger question. Because they are concerned about you. They want you to see you like on a higher position.
Mm,
Okay, they want to see you grow in life. they
mm,
they feel that you might compromise your career to just get temporary pleasures and get distracted by all the this girlfriend boyfriend situation, which happens a lot, because this is a you can say age where you are most likely to get in this situation.
mm,
Your hormones are getting released, your body is evolving, and it is perfectly normal to have attraction towards the other gender. But you
mm,
don't want to make do it at the cost of your own career. You also have to understand that every relationship requires time, effort, and money. If you don't have any of the three things,
mm,
that you may not be ready for the relationship. And also you need to be mentally mature enough. Like I
mm,
mentioned, all the pointers which I mentioned in the healthy relationship, how to maintain a healthy relationship. If you're lacking any of these, identify yourself, start improving on themselves yourself. Don't just get into a relationship just because your peers are getting. It should not be a status symbol. It's perfectly fine to remain single. Okay.
mm,
But now, coming to the other aspect, which is how
mm,
can a relationship help you? Okay, or
mm.
how can it be beneficial? So,
Okay.
yes, see, we learn from every person in our life,
Mm,
and the things which your partner will tell you,
mm,
they those things, your closest of the closest people, like your parents, your other family members, and your friends, they also won't tell you. Okay, so you
yeah.
learn and start improving yourself on those areas. Okay,
Mm,
might be physical, might be mental, might be social, might be emotional also, might be financial
mm,
also. Okay, all the different aspects and many more. So
mm,
you don't want to, also sometimes what happens is like you want to share something but you can't share it with your friends or family members. There
yeah,
are certain
exactly.
situations we know, right? Everyone knows that
Mm,
sometimes we feel we are low or we want to discuss something, we are very shy. So that is where your partner can will listen to you, and they won't judge you for that, if that is a healthy relationship. Okay.
okay, fine. Means it depend on the person, like how they are taking the relationship. Okay, it depend on that, if you want to make it good or if you want to make it bad.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
fine. So, like one, just I want to ask you, because we are all talking about the relationship. Okay, so what is the best advice? Okay, you can give in a good relationship. Like, what is the advice you would like to give? Best advice for a good relationship.
Okay, so I would say, according to me, the best advice which I can give is
Uh,
think emotionally as well as logically both. Okay, and then take the decision. Don't be impulsive and take decision just based on one thing. Don't get too
Mm,
emotional and buy purchase or something. You can say
mm,
your just because your girlfriend or boyfriend likes some certain vehicle which costs you lakhs, don't get emotional and stretch yourself and buy those thing. You will end up doing harm to yourself in the
mm,
long run. Obviously, if you
exactly.
are able to afford that, and like the business rule says, if you're able to afford it twice, two times, then go for it. And if you
Uh,
really want, if is it
okay.
giving you utility, then go for a thing. But
Uh-huh.
also coming to the other aspect, don't be always logical. Okay,
Mm,
just don't go and see what the logic is behind everything. You have to look the through the emotions of the person also. You have
mm,
to understand what is the intention of the other person. Try to see the thing from a bigger perspective rather than from a shorter, smaller perspective. If the
uh,
person has done some mistake, it's okay to let that go. Understand why they did that mistake. Tell
mm,
them in a, you can say, confront them at a later point of time and try to solve it. Okay,
okay. Uh-huh.
understand why they said that. What was
Mm,
their intention behind that? Maybe they were wanting your, you can say, something which will benefit you in the long run only. You're not
mm,
able to see that. You have to introspect yourself. You have to introspect what the other person said.
mm.
Always be calm and composed and then take the decision. Don't be in a hurry to just run after the, you can say, try to cut off the other person as soon as possible.
Okay, okay, fine. So, like one more similar question like this, like as you told, the best advice for a relationship. So, same question, like related to this. What is the worst relationship advice you would like to give to the person like who are in relationship right now? Like, what is the worst advice?
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So worst thing which could be is when you're dragging the relationship, stretching it when it is not working out at all. Okay. Now
okay.
I'm not someone who says just go and break up as soon as possible. Okay, go and break up with your partner immediately because they didn't do this thing right or they did this mistake. You've been piling up just because it was your grudges which you were holding. Just go and do that thing. I
Uh-huh.
say analyze the situation, what the other person did, like I mentioned in the earlier point, then confront them. Tell them honestly what you felt and see
Mm,
how you both can help the other person improve. They might also tell you some other points that you might have to improve, why they
uh,
reacted in a certain way. Then you have to improve yourself. If both are ready to improve, then
uh,
that becomes a healthy relationship. But if not, and that behave despite you making, suppose I am telling some my partner that please like I don't like this behavior at all. Okay, and they are not listening, they are just ignoring despite me telling constantly to them, and that factor has a lot of weightage in my mind. Okay, you have
okay.
to associate that with the weights also. Some things we don't give importance to, some things
Uh,
we give importance to a lot. So we
mm,
have to see if that is the situation which the other person is going through and that is troubling you a lot, they are not ready to change, then it is better to maintain healthy boundaries. If you can't cut off from the people, sometimes it happens is that I call these people as toxic people. Okay,
mm,
so they spread toxicity in your life. They can
mm,
be like criticizers also, they can be manipulators, they can be pessimists. Different, there are different types of toxic people. So
okay.
if those toxic people are your closed ones, you can cut off from them. So you have to maintain a healthy distance from them, boundaries from them. Say
Mm,
that okay, adapt their good traits and
mm,
understand, get the experience from the bad traits, and don't replicate that those traits with other people, because then you become toxic. Okay, so that
exactly.
is the thing, you must learn to distance yourself and cut off from these people as soon as possible, and don't drag the situation just because of the societal pressure or the peer pressure or anything else. You will
Mm.
end up harming yourself in the long run in that case.
Okay, fantastic. So, like, very good advice you gave. So, like, I think you talked about the breakup. Okay, like you talked that. So, because okay, one question came in my mind because most of the people are like due to the unhealthy relationship. Okay, they go for breakup. Okay, and after having breakup, so they do suicide or something. They destroy their life. Okay, I think 90% of the people do this, or 10% of the people do something good. So how to handle breakups? Because this is quite new term, like it is quite trending term in our society right now. Okay, breakup, patch up. So how a person can handle the breakups in his life? So what the things he need to do to handle the breakups?
Right. So first, I would say what people see is they immediately get in a defensive mode that what, like how could that other person break up with me? Okay, or they get like in an attacking mode. Okay, they did something like this with me. I will do the same with so many
Right.
other people who come in my life the next, and just, or they might take an extreme step like you mentioned, the suicide, or they get into a depression or do harm to their own body and mind. But
Mm,
my question is, and my suggestion is, I would say rather, that first introspect yourself and see what went wrong. Why did the other person break up with you? Okay,
mm, okay.
what was the cause of that breakup? Was it
Mm,
something which you were not ready to change? Like we
mm,
discussed earlier, were you toxic? Were you spreading toxicity in their life? Or
uh-huh.
they were a toxic person themselves who have got out of your life? If
Uh,
it is the former, then you have to improve yourself,
exactly. Mm-hmm.
and then you can maybe, once you start improving yourself, the other person, if you are still in touch with them, which I
Mm,
advise you to be, maintain good friendship with the other person, so they
mm,
will see, if you're not getting back together, at least you would be good friends and they would appreciate you that you changed as a person on
mm.
the terms which we broke up. Second,
Okay. Yeah.
if that is the later thing, like if they were spreading toxicity in your life and they had their reasons, they were like playing with you or something like that, then
Mm,
it was better for you only that they cut off from your life. You have to accept it that it is over and it is for something better. It has
ah.
happened for a better cause. You have to grow as an individual. You
Mm,
were not you were dragging that relationship, or that person has cut you off. Now it's time for you to start growing in life. I would
mm,
say if you are feeling bad, just cry out, just shout, but let it all out at once, and
mm.
then try moving on from that shit. You don't want to be in a vicious circle every day. You are in the same loop. I call that the parabola theorem. Okay, so if the parabola shape is like this, if
Exactly.
we are at the down, okay,
Ah,
every day we can choose either to swing on that bottom, or we can start climbing that parabola.
exactly.
So that is up to us. So
Mm,
one must surround themselves in this situation. You are, like you mentioned, you are most likely to get into a worse situation
mm,
and take an extreme step. So what you can do is you can surround yourself with the friends and family which you might feel they might make a mockery out of you, but they won't. Okay,
mm,
they are there, they understand, and just tell them, just share with them how you feel. It's okay. Okay,
mm.
you that happened for something reason. They won't kill you or something like that, that why you were with that person or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just focus on moving forward from that step.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think, just think about those situations to introspect, as I mentioned. But now
Mm,
you have, that has happened, that is the past. You are in
mm.
the present, what you are discussing or what you are taking action to shape your future.
Exactly.
So I would also suggest, like, take up or start some new activity. Okay,
Mm,
just start. Maybe if you are not working out, start working out in a gym. Don't
mm.
eat crap. You can say don't go to junk food. Don't starve
Okay.
yourself. Don't
Uh,
go for temporary pleasures like alcohol, like drugs, or anything
that's,
else. Okay,
mm,
just eat healthy, just take care of your body. Take
mm.
Use it as a reverse psychology to your body. The body is wanting, your mind is wanting to go into the depression state. You are fighting and taking it in a different direction.
Okay.
Understand that the life is not over. Okay, There's
Yeah.
there will be lots of people coming in
It's
your
a
life.
part.
That was a bad phase. That now
Mm,
there are many more good instances. Just be grateful for all the things that you have.
mm,
One person, you don't want to be emotionally dependent on the other person for throughout your life. You see,
mm,
you were how emotionally dependent you were on that person that you are getting so affected. You don't want to be in that situation with any person.
mm.
Also,
Yeah.
lastly, I would say one can also try meditation. I know it may sound cheesy a bit, but it really works. Okay, you must channelize your thoughts in a different direction. Obviously, you will be getting thoughts about that person, about the bad instances, about what went wrong. But let them come, acknowledge them, and then start consciously controlling your mind into a different direction.
Okay, fine, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a very good, okay, the opinion about the breakups and all. Fine. So, okay, so my last question is all about because we talked about relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, we talked about breakups, okay, we talk about best advice and whatever. So, one thing I think but the quite it is funny, okay, but it strike in the mind of people why most of the people are single, okay, because you will find like that lot of people are single in their life, okay. So, why they are single? There are some reason or like what is the main reason to be single in their life and how it is impacting them or like it is good for them or it is like worst for them, like what do you think on this topic, why they are still single?
Right. So that's a wonderful question, and that comes at least once in every person's life when they are single or when they have just broken up recently. So that is a good question. That why are we still single in the first place? Why can't we find a partner, or why can't we be seeing other people, posting pictures of being happy on social media and everywhere? We tend to get envious a bit, sometimes jealous also. But we
Mm,
don't see what we are lacking as a person. Why aren't we getting the relationship in the first place? There could be many reasons for that, Rishabh. Firstly, I would say that one has unrealistic expectations. Okay, they have made a list of 10 pointers, and if anyone doesn't check even a single point, they say that is not the person for me. Okay, I will go and find someone else because they don't have that quality. Obviously,
what-
if that quality has a lot of again weightage in your life, then it is okay. But
mm,
again, you must understand that no one is perfect, neither are you. So
uh,
are you, suppose other has made 20 set of traits and you
uh,
may be fulfilling only 5 of them.
uh,
So you have to learn to let go of the situation, just ease out a bit and not be so strict with yourself only.
mm,
Second, I would say that is you're not happy with yourself only. When you're not
mm,
happy with yourself, you can't keep the other person also happy. You're
okay,
always spreading negative vibes. So how will the people come closer to you? You
actually,
always criticize the other people. You spread toxicity. People
uh,
will start cutting you off. They
mm,
won't start coming close to you.
okay,
Right. So next is, I would say, you don't have any ambitions altogether. No one wants to be with a person who is lazy, sleeping on the couch or something like that. They want
mm,
person who has aspirations, who wants to grow in life, who has a drive, and they're working towards that. See,
okay,
failures will come and go. Their failures are a path to success, but you
mm,
need to have, at least you must take the action to go in that direction. You
yes,
have, even if you have not identified what is your passion, at least you are making some effort in different directions to find out your passion. That is
mm,
what other person looks for. Not only females, the males also look in the
yes,
partners
yes,
the
uh,
same thing. Okay, so it
uh,
gone are the days like one can expect that, yeah, I will go to I'll marry a rich person and then my life would be successful. You have to build your self-worth. You have to show to the other person that yes, you are capable of
mm,
that. A lot of people go into a rich family, and you can say they are not able to contribute also into the conversations as well which they are talking about. So you
Exactly.
have to educate yourself in that direction.
Okay.
Next, I would say that you're not, you can say you're expecting that the things will just fall into place again, that you are sleeping in the on the couch and you are expecting that the some your doorbell will ring and a beautiful lady will come to your place and then you will be happily married ever after. So that
Exactly.
won't happen. You have to go out in the social scenarios. If your social interaction is zero, how can you find the person? Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
obviously there are arranged marriages and everything, but
Mm.
you must improve that as an individual. Even if that is an arranged marriage, you don't want to be an underconfident person. That would be an injustice to your partner. So you have
Yeah.
to improve your, so overcome your social anxiety, your approach anxiety, and just interact with people.
Mm.
Even if it is not for a dating aspect, just go and interact. I would say
Okay.
next is you're afraid of trying, like what the other person will think of. And this is the major thing of the approach anxiety, which happened. I have been through that situation, and
Uh,
so many teenagers, students, and even the young adults go through this phase, even
mm,
old senior folks also. So, what
yeah.
we do is we have pre assumed that the other person will reject me. If you have pre-assumed, that person should reject you, I should say, because you're not confident in yourself.
Mm.
What is the worst case scenario that they won't like you? It's okay with that. Be prepared for that.
Uh,
Get your best foot forward. Just present your best version. Just
okay.
dress confidently. Dress like every day you might meet the love of your life.
Okay. Yeah.
Just go ahead and try. Your regret will haunt you more rather than the rejection.
Mm.
So,
Fine.
and other, I would say there are a lot of other factors also, but they are all again repetitive. I would say you're not mentally mature enough, you're not able to deal the things which we are already covered in the back. But
Exactly.
these are the main situations. But I would say
Mm.
on the contrary,
Mm.
it is also sometimes a good thing that you're single, because there could be again various factors for that. You are focused towards your career, or you can say sometimes, like we mentioned, it might the relationship demands time, effort, money, we discussed earlier. So if
Mm.
you're not having that time, that would be the injustice to the other person. So you are
Exactly.
channelizing all those three factors in a different direction. And when you're ready, when you have sufficient of all the three, then you're
Uh,
ready to spend that time, effort, and money with the partner. So it's
mm.
perfectly fine, okay, to be single also. And but again, you must be productive in that case.
Mm.
You must
Okay.
not be a lazy brat sitting.
Mm. Okay, okay, fine, fine. So you gave a lot of good answer. Because what happened? Because nobody likes to talk about relationship. Okay, like all learn by their own expect, like from practically they learn or they, because you will find very rare people talking about relationship. Okay, if you go different countries, okay, their parents might be teaching the children about the relationship and all. But in India, I think nobody talks about the relationship. Okay, and I have also learned a lot of things from you because I was also not knowing every aspect of relationship and everything. Okay, you explained very well, and I hope my viewers will also get a lot of things in their, like in their relationship life. Okay, if they are in relationship, they can also get. Those who are not in relationship, they can also learn something. Okay, so I think we should end our podcast. I think we are approx touching 30 minutes. And thank you, Mr. Sushant, for coming and giving your precious time for my podcast and for my YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, Rishabh. It was a pleasure. And on the closing, I would just say two things, which is one, don't spread toxicity, be it in any relationship, okay, be
Uh-huh.
it professional or personal. And
Mhm.
second, just start improving yourself every single day and maintain a healthy relationship. Build those traits if you don't have them. And
Mm.
just third, I would just say that life will go on no matter what. Even if
Uh,
you're single, if you're committed, be in a relationship, you will figure it all out. So just enjoy the life to the fullest and just be happy.
Okay, fine. So means these three are very like key point for a relationship. Okay, if you can follow these things, okay, but no one can stop you to have lead a good relationship or have a good life.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sushant. Okay, so now we are going to end the podcast. Okay, thank you so much for giving your presence here. Okay, I hope like we learned a lot of things from each other.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, brother, and all the listeners. Make sure you like, comments, subscribe on Rishabh's channel, so because he'll be bringing on more content like this. So,
Exactly.
yep, stay tuned.